Hey, what's up? This is Brian Kuzmar with Commercial Rare Coins and Precious Metals in Lauderdale by the Sea for our final Friday wrap-up of the week here on precious metals. It's been kind of really a pause and hold week. You know, it kind of feels like September because every September it's the same thing with precious metals. Irregardless of the time, September is always a slow month. It kind of goes sideways, up and down a little bit. Just seems that way based on all these years I've been doing this. So let's take a look here. What happened today in the news? Now, I'm not looking at the Wall Street Journal. Obviously, I'm looking at Zero Hedge, which provides all kinds of different articles. Some of them you can just throw in the trash. Some of them you can read very heavily into and make a lot of sense, and stuff that you don't read in the mainstream publications like the Wall Street Journal. Anyway, I like this headline. I didn't like the headline, but the headline kind of says it all. Big tech and black gold battered as bonds and bullions bounce back. Well, that's kind of what happened this week. Even though we're down or sideways a little bit with metals today, as I had mentioned yesterday, I thought we would be. It looks like the stock market, as far as big tech, and oil got battered pretty bad. And bullion did bounce back towards the end of the week here, although it's slightly down. So I'm not quite sure what they're talking about today, but slightly a little bit down today. Sideways, you can call it, but again, a little bit down from where it was yesterday. I kind of saw that. It usually happens on weekends. If there's not a lot of activity, Fridays are usually, well, they either go one way or another. But based on how this week kind of played out, I kind of called it yesterday that we'd be sideways or down. And, well, before I get there, let's take a look at the Wall Street Journal. Stocks swinging volatile day as tech markets, that's kind of what we just read on ZH. But they don't say anything about gold and silver doing well. And let's see, talk about oil and everything else. Wildfires. You know, I don't really read anything here that talks about dollar strength, the Federal Reserve, or anything that's really important for us gold folks. However, it's just the overall, there's nothing positive, very little positive. Well, banking promoting women, wildfires, global economy recovery shows sign of slowing, the recovery does. Worst hit state, it's overall just bad news. And bad news is never good for the economy and never good for the U.S. dollar, or generally not. So again, we're just kind of continuing the trend of maybe upcoming bad economic times, if not worse than what we're currently seeing. Let's just take a look at real quick at their market page, and it's going to say the same thing. Volatile swing, nothing about gold or silver or precious metals, but for the heck of it, and in the hopes that I keep seeing that maybe one day Wall Street Journal will spend a little more time reporting on gold and silver and hard assets like that. Let's take a look and see what they talk about commodities, if they list anything about gold and silver, natural, blah, blah, blah. Still, copper still up there, but nothing about precious metals. Go figure. I'm just joking. It's typical for Wall Street Journal. I think they hate gold and silver. However, I like to read it because it does give us an idea where we might be going, even though they're not going to tell us. Let's take a look at spot prices today. And hey, like I said yesterday, I felt today we were going to see either about the same prices we had yesterday or a little bit down, and that's exactly what's happened. 1937.80 on New York close, and you can see the range here. In the morning, it probably opened up closer to that level, I believe 1954, and kind of just meandered a little bit downward to where we are right now. Again, who cares? Big deal. We're holding on to these levels. I like this. We're between the 1900 and 2000 level. 1950 or something like that being the all-time high. We've already broken it several times, so that's no big deal anymore either. It's just how far below, or how far above this 2000 level we're going to get. Silver, the same thing, popping in that $26, $25, $28 range. I like it. You know, it's got some volatility, you know, 40, 50 cent moves, dollar moves, which is great if you can time the lows on that. However, I wouldn't be selling into the highs, dollar highs on this either. Don't play day trader with silver. You're only going to get hammered in the long run. If you're a medium long-term holder of silver and gold for that matter, you're going to do very well. Same thing with platinum. Platinum's still kind of holding its own. You know, I got almost given up on that platinum is going to reach that 1800 or get close to the price of gold because it just hasn't. And as far as silver goes, that 70 to 1 to 80 to 1 ratio seems to be holding right now with the two metals, you know, the gold to silver ratios. And as I suspected, I think it's going to kind of, all these metals are going to work in tandem together. You know, give or take, one's going to do a little better than the other, but I can't see silver bum rushing gold anytime soon and moving up to that $50 level anytime soon without gold making the similar type jump or, you know, some gains as well, and platinum as well. So I kind of think these metals are going to generally move in tandem. Let's see what the world markets are doing. They're not closed yet. And I got this report done early. Oh my gosh, I can't believe it. Marcelo will be happy. So anyways, world market's up a little stronger, and same thing with silver. Now, the trend has told me what this typically tells me is that we're going to see a higher open on Monday in New York. And that's what the trend says. Let me tell you what my gut says. Well, my gut says, yeah, I think we're going to see a slightly higher opening. And it could surprise us with a much higher opening, depending on what the stock market does and what the dollar does and what world markets do. However, I kind of get a feeling that we are going to see a little higher market in gold and silver on Monday, at least par value. And don't be surprised if you see big jumps in any of these either. You never know what can happen over the weekend. Meanwhile, I think that's really about it. I'll keep this report fairly short. Oh, and I got the report done on, or I got my little thing done on the gold buffalo, detecting a gold buffalo, because we got a fake gold buffalo, and I didn't buy it. I saw it way before it even got into my hands. I knew it was fake, but it's one of the better ones I saw. So I just did a video that hopefully will be up tomorrow or Sunday. So take a look at my little pro tip videos down there, and I'll show you something I learned about detecting a fake coin, and actually how we do it here, if I hadn't caught it first. So anyway, take a look for that video. And oh, listen, before I go, I'd like to, a little reminder here of 9/11. Today is 9/11, and I'm sure we all remember where we were when that did happen. And we should never forget events like this. These are important events to forget. And I think one of the things that we haven't done is we haven't sat down as a nation and figured out, how we prevent these things from happening in the future without getting into more wars. That's just my opinion. But anyways, I think it's great to say never forget this day. And I don't think I will, and I don't think many of you will either. So, Anyways, this is Brian Kuzma with Commercial Rare Coins and Precious Metals in sunny Lauderdale by the Sea. Call me anytime at 954-493-8811 for live spot prices, live quotes on all our precious metal products. And don't hesitate to ask what the best deal of the day is. I will tell you, and if you can get down fast enough, it can be yours. So anyway, thanks for watching here, and that's really about it. Have yourself a great, safe weekend, and I appreciate you watching very much. Thanks.